Ah, yes. It's me. Hi. Hi, everybody. Does this microphone work? Yes, it works. I made those mistakes in the past. Okay, let's get this going. So welcome to the third day of our A Game by Its Cover Jam. Today I'm wearing a Twitch t-shirt and streaming on YouTube. Maximum mashup. Alright, so we're gonna be working today on the gameplay of our Mai-Chan Sweet Buns game. Last time around we already started working a little bit in Pico-8. How is chat doing? Is everybody alright? So let me switch over to, yes, to this view. Okay. Whoops, I didn't want to do this. Uh-oh. AGBIC. How do I switch? Oh no, I pressed F11, and apparently it goes into full screen when I do this. Oh no, this is already off to a bad start. Can we not? Oh no, now it's stuck in this. I need to like edit the config file. I don't know how to. Dude. How do you change this? There we go. Don't press 11. Okay. Okay, so this is what the game looks right now. And we get some buns on the screen. So today what I want to do is I want to have a cursor perhaps. And I want to be able to at least select the different buns. I'm not even sure how to design, like what the visual design of the cursor will be. Something maybe I want to figure out next time. One easy idea would be to make the cells, make them change color. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe using the different color for the cells for something else gameplay related, so maybe a frame or something might be worthwhile too, or just the hand, like when in a chess game, like a hand cursor going across the screen and pointing to the different elements. Let's see. Okay, so what do we begin with? So something I wrote down something here yesterday. Control the board side with a variable. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So this is what we have right now. This is where we randomize the buns. Okay, yeah. So init board. I'm gonna create a function that goes init board. And here we're gonna save some things around about our board. So we're gonna go board with. Did we just go BW? I'm like, I kind of. Maybe like BRD, like for board. Or board W. And let's go to board W. So width 4 and height 4, right? That's what we're gonna set things to. And I think it might be also a good idea to set a board X and board Y. I'm gonna put them in one line. I think it saves a little bit tokens, I'm not sure. Later on, maybe we're gonna these are gonna be hard coded, but right now we just want to experiment with different board sizes, so that's why. And also already thinking about so you actually want to have off-screen boards probably, right? But let's do one step after another. So we're gonna go like this. Underscore IMX equals board H. So this is where we're randomizing the board, right? Board H times board width, right? This is what we're gonna do. Yeah, and then -1. Shinjuku. Okay. So now we're randomizing the board depending on our variables. And so now the only thing that's left to do is here when we're drawing stuff, we also want this to be dependent on the variables. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if we can now change the size of the board. Dang! Oh. Ah, right here, where we multiply with 4. Hey Christian, from Samuel. Hey Christian, I'd love to watch you show off your buns on Steam, but I have to work. Best of luck. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it a lot. Oh, it works. Looks, it works. We can now change the size of the screen, so we can also have. Yeah, see, and we can also have 5 by 5. Okay, this is good. So now I just want to also center maybe. Because here, board X and board Y, right? Actually, we could get the init board out of here. So something I'm becoming more and more wary of is, especially since I started like optimizing tokens for the chess game, is that I don't want to like define too many variables in the init function because we're not actually using those variables back then. So I just want to actually define them at where we actually need them. I think that makes more sense. So maybe here would be better. And that allows us to like initialize them with meaningful values as well. Like, so you don't have to like initialize the values and then fill them again with reasonable values down the line. You do both at on the same point, which I think is more useful. So we're gonna go 64. Let's do it like, okay, but let's split it into 2 parts. Board Y. So let's see what the board Y is. So these are these guys, right? What I want to do here is just want to make sure that everything is centered. So it's minus. Something like this. Let's floor this guy. Just making sure that these guys are centered. Okay, that looks centered. Yeah, it works. Nice. Okay. So, but we want a 4x4. Okay. Oh yeah, we want to also maybe center it in the wider direction. So let's see what happens if we just center it on a screen always. Or do I want to center it on a screen always? No, actually, I think we're just always gonna have it at a certain height, because what I want to have is like the top of the screen. I want to have like preview slots for the next buns that will drop in from the top. So I want to avoid the situation where I cannot really predict where the cells are. So let's just keep it like this for now. Okay, so so I think the next thing I wanted to be doing here is I want to have the chessboard style edge detection, which I thought was really nice and sweet, where our actual board is slightly bigger than the board that we show on the screen. So they're kind of like, there's like a row of cells around the actual board, and those are filled with like placeholder values for off screen. So yeah, so you don't, so it's easier to check if you are about to leave the board. But that's excuse me. That means we have to actually increase the size of our board. So it's going to be like board width okay, +1, and board height +2. Let me think about this. So what chessboards often do is like this mailbox system, where you plug in a number and you get out a number that with a corresponding like, what's kind of difficult to explain. So you have a Buns array and we have the mailbox array. And that kind of like lets you know which index of the one array belongs to which number. I don't know if this is the right way to explain this. So we're gonna go like mailbox _I, and in here we're gonna just put the number of the corresponding buns. So yeah, we're gonna go local something like di. Right. And then it's going to be di. Yeah. So it's going to be I plus board width +1, right? So if board width 0, it's going to be 2. Yes, this is correct. Oh gosh, I think I need some visualization for this. Let me pull up something. So how are we going to do this? Just making sure that we're not gonna getting it. So this is gonna be our board. Let's say we have like 3 × 3. And then these are going to be the, oops, no, don't do this. And then we're going to have off-screen boards, which are going to be these red guys here. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. So just to count correctly, so this is going to be 0. Whoops, let me give it a bigger. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and so forth. Right? Let's try to make this work. So what I'm looking for now is a way to translate these numbers into, like, if we're gonna go here, there's green numbers. There's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the black numbers into the green numbers. So DI is gonna be the black numbers. And currently we are counting the green numbers, so we're gonna have to count the. Oh right, oh no, we don't. We're not doing this. We're not counting the green numbers right now. Okay, so we're gonna probably have to make 2 loops, but that's fine. Okay, so one loop will fill everything with like default values. So one loop is going to be like, okay. Yeah, because this is the IMAX, right? IMAX is like the last number. -1. So in our case, it's going to be 15. Whoops. Let's see if we're going to arrive at 15. If we have 3, then it's going to be board height. No, it's not 15. It's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Should have 19 here. So if you have width is 3, then we're gonna have 5 times 4. 5 times 4 minus 1. Yeah, okay, that works out. So we're gonna fill them with a -1 value. So the entire board will be filled with -1, and -1 is gonna be off board. So we know if we're ever gonna find a bun that is -1, we know what's up. And then we're gonna reset the IMAX to a reasonable value. Like this. And loop through it again, and now we're going to fill it with those random numbers. But this time we're going to also fill the mailbox with the translator, so to speak. So how are we going to translate now? So it's going to be... So we first need the 4. So that's like width. With +1, right? Yeah, okay, so that's this. Plus _I. I don't like this. So maybe we need a different approach here. I'm thinking we were doing a different approach. Yeah, let's try a different approach. We're gonna use a more complicated loop. That might pay off. Where are we? Oh, yeah, it's here. Doom, 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 doom. let's try this. Maybe this will work better. So first we're gonna calculate the I, and I think we already have a function for this. Yeah, this is this guy. This is how we're gonna get from the X and Y position, so we know, which row and column we are in. This is how we're gonna arrive at the I, and then we're gonna also calculate DI, which is so it is X, that still stays the same, but the Y is going to be times board W plus 1. And then at the end, we're going to add board W plus 1. I mean, we could also go like plus 1 on total, right? And this is getting complicated. It was supposed to be easy, but I think like this will work. Yeah, let's try this. I will comment this one out. I'm gonna fill the mailbox with the DI value, so we don't have to calculate it again. And then the buns of the DI value. Yeah, they will get the random assignment here. Okay, so something like this. And then when we draw stuff, we're gonna go like, we're gonna only draw if the buns are actually not off screen. So if buns I equals -1, then do something else. Off screen. I want to have like an opportunity to do some debug here in case I'm accidentally drawing off-screen data. Let's try this. Okay, so this didn't work. But I'm not convinced this is, yeah, okay, I know why. We need to go mailbox. I think it does work. But why is it 4 times 4? That makes no sense. Oh yeah, because we're starting with 4 times 4. Right. Ours doesn't look like this one. Yeah, we're starting with 4 times 4. Yeah. Okay, so something I want to maybe try now to randomize the rows differently. So just to make sure that we're not messing the ordering, because I'm still a bit concerned that this is the data that we see is not the data that we're supposed to see. So I want to go here. and go like underscore y. Yeah. Yeah, okay, this works. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Some descriptions if I come back to this. Fill with off-screen values. Fill just the board with buns. All right, so let's check this in. Flexible board and off screen. Okay. All right, so what is going to be the next part? I want to now have a cursor. I think this is a good idea to have a cursor. I'm kind of tempted to just use the same cursor I used for chess. Just put it in here, just like it is this glove. Let's see. I'm gonna go cur x equals so let's to make it rectfill. Let's make it very easy. We're gonna go like if underscore x equals I'm gonna just change the color of the tile that we are on. To what color? Let's go with pink. Why not? Right? Nothing happened. Oh, right. But that shouldn't make a difference. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, of course, now we have a bit of a problem where the shadow isn't the right color. I don't even know what color we would pick for the pink. I guess red. Let's go cur eye. No, let's not go cur eye. But let us add moving of the cursor. I think this is more interesting. Update game. There we go, there's one. There's one. I'm trying to find all of the button symbols. There's one. Where's the final one? No. There. I think this is the one, right? No, don't delete. Okay. Do. So we're gonna go an X and Y. Should we do this? Yeah. And then we're gonna go max. So we're just moving left. Oops. What? We're just moving left and right and making sure that we're not leaving the screen. Easy. If nx is not equals cur x, or then we know moved cursor. And then, you know, things have to change. most importantly, the actual cursor has to move. Like this. It works. But yeah, as I expected, it is a bit too subtle. It is a bit too subtle. Yeah, I think we need a more prominent cursor. Hello, Nicholas. How are you doing? So the cursor has to have like, it's a bit difficult. The cursor has like multiple features. We have to show what we're pointing at, but we also have to show maybe in which direction we're selecting, because right now the cursor, I guess no, we don't have to. Oh yes, we do have to, yeah, because one button will remove the pastries, but the other button would rotate the cursor, so to speak. Is this going to be a puzzle game? Yes, this is going to be a puzzle game. Well, like more of a connect or 3 Connect kind of style game, kind of like Bejeweled or something like this, or Candy Crush, but maybe less trashy. Hopefully less trashy. We shouldn't be so hard on Candy Crush. It's a very successful game. I would love for my game to be just halfway as successful. By the way, I noticed something here. I think this pixel needs to be added. So I'm thinking maybe we're gonna start pixel arting a little bit. Sounds cool. The sprites look really good though. Really good too. Thank you so much, Minimoose. I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, they're delicious. I kind of wanna eat them. That was my goal, to make them delicious. So you're gonna like, oh. Yeah. What if? So okay, let's make the simplest possible solution. Let's just make it so that we actually use the hand cursor. I kind of also like the hand cursor that Pico-8 is using here. Yeah, let's just bring in the hand cursor. And then if you don't like the hand cursor, we can still like experiment in sprite. Actually, we have to go here. There was a little bit of an error I made last time around here. I want to fix this, so I wanted to reserve maybe this part for just the pastries. If we can have that many pastries, man, this would be a pretty dope game. A lot of content. Are you planning to on live streaming the complete development of the game? Yeah, sure. Maybe, I don't know, like sometimes you're like not in the mood, so maybe I might skip some parts and like chill out, veg out on myself. Sometimes you kind of like, some of the challenges are kind of difficult, you kind of need an empty head, but yeah, I will try. Oh yeah, by the way, this part as well. So let's bring in this cursor from my chess game. Do I have? Yeah, I have it here. But I realized that there is a bit of a problem. Can I just copy this out and put it in AGBIC? AGBIC. I understand it would be awesome if you could live stream the whole process. Yeah, I will try it. Definitely was my original intention. So I think we can't get away. We have to actually check what kind of... Oops, didn't want to do this. We have to actually... I want to actually make sure that the color palette I use for the cursor actually gels with the rest. I realized. So because I have a cursor for the chess game, but that's using a completely different color palette. So I want to make sure that... What? Why? Why? This is not what I wanted to import. Maybe I need to open it with this. Was this 32 times 32? What's the size of this guy? It's pretty much the same size. Oh yeah, I know. I understand. The black is reserved. It's kind of difficult. Interesting challenge, actually. So I'm just going to use a different black. So yeah, I want to stream the whole process. I just want to like add some caveats to it, just so in case you don't get disappointed when one day I tune in and it's like, oh guys, I've been working on this in the meantime. For example, yesterday I was just chilling out a little bit in the evening and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna fire up AGBIC and try some things, you know. So I don't want to have a situation where people come approach me and it's like, you promised! You were the chosen one. And I was like, I'm sorry, Anakin. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that cursor is pretty dope, you have to say. It's just the color, it's not quite right, but we can deal with that. I'm gonna keep. I will end up using the same cursor again, right? This is what's happening currently. It kind of doesn't look like Mai-Chan's hand a little bit. It looks a bit like a male hand. I'm gonna use the same black that I'm using for the buns. Oops. Man hands. It's still fine. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. I wonder if there's a way of replacing a certain color with a different color. I think there might be. That ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I don't like the yellow hand. The yellow hand does not please me. I think this works better. Just the question is, what kind of black are we going to use? This was the one that I think I used for the chess game. I kind of like this. Yeah, it looks like it looks like it belongs there. One problem is that with this cursor doesn't really indicate which direction we're clearing. Yeah, there's like no indication like, oh, now we're clearing left and right. So that might be a bit of a problem. We might have like a cursor that goes up and then a cursor that goes sideways. That might be a good solution. But the cursor goes sideways, and you look at this bun, and the cursor looks in this direction, but actually you're clearing this direction. That's actually not good. You want to have like a cursor that works in both directions. So maybe like a little. Let's see. Let's just not jump to conclusions. This is an important decision. Oh, by the way, I also want to maybe try a pink glove. I think a pink glove would be. Oops. Yes, let's do this. And then maybe with red as a. The red is not really a good contrast color to the pink. What if the pink is the darkest color? Then we need something in between. Maybe this guy. I hate it less. But the pink is not really, doesn't look that dark. Nah, I'm gonna go with the orange. I think we could pull off an orange glove as well. But I'm not convinced. Like, I think the bluish glove was fine. I kind of like that the bluish glove prefers colors that we're not using at the cakes. That makes it stand out more against the cakes. But it still kind of like uses familiar colors. Like this gray, we're using this gray here as well. We're using we're not using the dark. Oh yeah, we're using the dark gray as well. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is one option, which which works. I mean, let's face it, it works. It's completely manageable. But let's make it sure that we maybe try some other stuff as well. I kind of like the color that we picked for this cursor, so I'm gonna stick with this, and let's just use like a regular old arrow. It would be great to just like, can I like, yeah. Something like this. So maybe, so what kind of tools are you using in a bakery? Just, whoops, that's something else. That's also something else. It's my Netrunner channel. This would be funny. Oh yeah, like a... that would be actually pretty hilarious. Like, I don't know, how do I call this? This guy. We can try it. Or something like this, right? So there's another way which we can try out later. So with this arrow, something you can do here is if we expand this a little bit, we can something like this, right? Because I really want the cursor to indicate the direction. So you could go like this, you know? Oof, but it's completely unreadable. Yeah, it just like completely goes under. Because it's like not anything. It's kind of funny that it goes under. Or maybe you have it like on the side, basically. Like not where your cursor is, but it's just like, you know, here. Might be... Because I want, if people press the button, the direction change button, I want something to happen. So they're like, oh, you know, oh, now it's different. Okay, so let's try a new one. So what if the cursor is more integrated with the rest? Like it's not just like a thing that you put on top. For some reason I want to eat pixels. Yeah. you and me, you know. So maybe something like, you know, you have or maybe, oh, that might be a good choice. So let's turn it off for a second. Let's just draw a line. Turn off everything. And then go like something like this, you know. So it kind of shows you in which direction you're selecting. And then you bring it like this. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst. What if I make those guys stand out even? Like this. I mean, that might be working. Making sure. I'm just gonna want to make like a full simulation of what this will look like. What? Maybe it's a bit much now. Let's try this with this cursor. Hiya, Space Face 14 Dev. Okay, so let's try something else. So this is an option. I feel like those arrows are still like they're getting buried. I feel a little bit. They're not as readable. They make things a bit noisy. So maybe thinking about something more integrated. So what about something like, you know, like a frame or something, you know? Let's try that. Let's go with the red, go like full red. And maybe not on top, but cursor. Maybe not on top, but on underneath. Come on, can I? Oh, I can scroll. Where are these drawn? Okay. I knew this would be a bit of a tough challenge. Whoops, didn't want to do that. But I was hoping there would be kind of some good solution that was kind of like easy to pull off. Clearly, there is not. Feeling this. The frame is okay to indicate the selection, but it's not really indicating the direction very well. This is generally my problem. How do I communicate that selecting a certain tile will move it in a different direction? I mean, maybe it's not really necessary. Maybe we'll pick people. No, you have to. You can't. No, you have to. The cursor itself has to change. There must be something about the cursor that changes. What if we make these just thicker? Oops, maybe not here. The thicker outline makes him blend less with the environment. I mean, this might be a good solution. What about this guy? I kind of like this because with this guy, I mean, now we're covering a lot of the like this seems to be like the cursor, the hand cursor seems to be competing with the arrows. It seems like this cursor is more important than the arrows, but actually kind of like the same, roughly the same importance. So something like this might work better. But I did want to add. What's the name of that thing? How do they call this? What is this? What is this? What's the name of that thing? Some kind of spatula would be nice too. A rolling pin. Okay. Let's try to make a rolling pin. Yes, thank you, Nicholas, and rolling pin. Yes. The problem is we have to make a cute rolling pin. Which is not an obvious thing to make. I need to watch out for the proportions here. Something like this. It might look a little bit more like a bottle, but let's try that. Oh, wait. Made a mistake here. Oh. I kind of like this.